To me, this Me Too backlash on women is Nemesis catching up with them. I mean, do you know how many innocent men that have lost their jobs to Me Too because they are not attractive to the women that reported them to the hiring manager's office, or because the men rejected them? It's payback time.
When my mother graduated from law school in 1972, she interviewed at a prestigious law firm, where a senior partner told her that for certain positions, women were interviewed but never hired. Even in the late 1980s, she went on interviews with legal recruiters who would explicitly tell her they'd want to interview a woman, with the emphasis on interview, as in not hire. Through the decades, as she's advanced in her career to become a renowned judge, I've often shared these stories to highlight the progress made in providing equal opportunities in the legal profession today. In the wild world of post-Me Too, where we thought progress was a done deal, I'm starting to question if we're really rocking the boat or just splashing around. Get this. I've had a bunch of guys confidentially spill the beans and confess that they're totally uninterested in hiring women for any fancy positions. They're even trying to dodge managing young women like it's a game of hide and seek. The Me Too storm has left its mark, and I've heard some dudes whispering some interesting stories. They claim that the intensity of Me Too has them second-guessing their choices when it comes to hiring or mingling with women. Whether it's a conscious decision or not, these guys seem to be on a roller coaster of uncertainty. Can you blame them? I recently stumbled upon some juicy insider info. Two big shot Wall Street firms apparently have male executives shuffling their deck, moving their female underlings to report to female bosses. Who would have thought? While I can't say for sure how widespread this phenomenon is, it's clear that the waves of Me Too have caused some serious ripples in the workplace. Some men are reevaluating their practices, shaking up the old routine. Who knows where this crazy ride will take us next? Even if we could get past the troubling message this sends, this isn't practical. Women only make up about 25% of the executive team at the top Wall Street firms, and there simply aren't enough women to sustain this model. I've also heard from male fund managers that they didn't want to take on the risk of hiring a woman in their small shops. An employee of a large bank shared that any future female analyst hires should be unattractive. To some, including the men I spoke with, it seems like the Me Too movement is not just about stopping harassment, but essentially trying to achieve the impossible, desexualize the workplace, which goes against Darwin. Chemistry between human beings can't be stopped. So what's the answer? To many men, that answer means protecting themselves by avoiding socializing with or hiring women. It may be illegal, but that won't stop it from happening. Most cases would never get to court, and even if they did, they'd be really tough to prove. When men say that they're afraid of being alone with women, what they're actually saying is that there is a high likelihood that all women are crazy and will read something into a situation that isn't intended. Although men's fears may be grounded in an unconsciously biased view of women as untrustworthy or irrational, I do think that the Me Too movement bears some of the blame for the backlash I'm currently seeing. The hashtag and media reports have had a telescoping effect, essentially blurring important distinctions between rape, groping, and clumsy come-ons. Men whose only fault was sending a slightly salacious text message or email were being treated on social networks exactly the same way as sexual criminals like rapists. Watching the pendulum swing of society's reaction to sexual assault has been whiplash-inducing and, to me, worrisome. The unintended consequences of Me Too just seem to get worse and worse. Initially, there was evidence that men were shying away from one-on-one interactions with women at work, including mentoring, one-on-one work meetings, and socializing. Now, women may be less likely to be hired for jobs where they are required to interact with men. The new study found a shocking 21% of men and 12% of women report they are personally more reluctant to hire women for jobs that require close interpersonal interaction with men, like business travel. And these are just the employees that are aware of their bias. There are likely more that are unconsciously biased in favor of men for these jobs. In addition, a bias against attractive women emerged. Almost 1 in 5 men and about 6% of women report that, as a result of Me Too, they are less likely to hire attractive women. These statistics are pretty staggering. To me, this Me Too backlash on women is Nemesis catching up with them. I mean, do you know how many innocent men that have lost their jobs to Me Too because they are not attractive to the women that reported them to the hiring manager's office? Or because the men rejected them? It's payback time. Companies should continue what they're doing. Non-compliance. Avoid women like the plague. Don't help them, don't talk to them, don't hire them, and don't even think about being friends with them. Instead, let's dive headfirst into building strong male bonds. Time for some quality bro time with our fathers and brothers. In fact, let's take it up a notch and start our very own male groups for outdoor adventures like hiking, camping, fishing, or hunting. Because apparently the world will only listen when they feel the absence of men. Need help changing that tire, lifting that heavy sofa, fixing that broken door? Well, tough luck. They won't care about statistics on male suicide or our rational explanations about the woes of family court. It's all about action. Also, let's not forget that sneaky biological drive that keeps messing with our heads. Internal battle of dick versus brain. If only we could walk away easily, right? Just remind yourself that it's all biology when you find yourself drawn like a magnet towards women. It's just my biology, it's just my biology. Repeat it like a mantra. And to protect ourselves in the workplace, let's follow some of these rules. No more one-on-one meetings with female colleagues, not even digitally. If you enter a meeting and there's only one woman there, better make a coffee break, play it cool, and see if anyone else joins. If she's your subordinate, make sure to arrange for a colleague to be present. And if she's your boss and you can't arrange accompaniment, well, whip out that audio recorder and start documenting. And workplace romance. Forget about it. Wait until one of you moves to another firm, because mixing work and romance is apparently a big no-no. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.